Inhibitions are a mechanism that ego has created to have will and control over its own experience. So when we attune to a higher state, these inhibitions start to lose their grip on us. And we are then closer in touch with a higher frequency. Thus, why am I talking like that? Thus. Right. Damn it, what was I saying? But right, inhibitions, that's what I was talking about. As a mechanism that ego has put into place, I don't really know the reason fully yet. But if ego is all about control and mastery of its own existence, I think it will put into action different warning boundaries between the edges of ego's experience, creation, and a higher form. So once it starts to get close to the boundary of the ego bubble, it sets off warning signals, and ego has instilled mechanisms that prevent us from attuning to a higher frequency. And inhibitions can be one of them, one of these blockers. And for example, I'm doing chores, right now. When in a sober state, usually, pretty much most of the time, or arguably all of the time, I don't feel like doing the chores. I never do. It's not something I look forward to. It's not something that I perceive is an easy task, although, objectively it is an easy task, relatively speaking. Anyone can do it. Anyone should do it. And anyone, should just have to get used to it. But coming from my perspective, my not rational feelings about it, my actual feelings about it, I never want to do them, if I'm to be completely honest with myself. But it's something that I need to address. I need to put focus on, and I need to will myself, no, I need to do this thing, right? I must do this thing. So that's an inhibition to me. One of the inhibitions is that quick note, free will created ego. Pin it. Moving on. Inhibitions can be both for stuff that we really don't want to do and also for the stuff that we really do want to do. It's a messed up inhibition, right? And I'll tell you why. When I'm cleaning, I know I need to do it as a matter of discipline and maintenance, and a sign of maturity is a work ethic, a diligence, right? A dedication. That's what chores represent to me. It's upkeep, right? Discipline. Good stuff. Good stuff to actually instill. Good stuff to regularly lean into and, become more mature. It's good, but ego doesn't want that. It rebels against that. That it has a blocker about that, because ego is just a child and ego doesn't want to do chores. So ego's like, no, I won't do it. You see, I will gladly do these, what we perceive as such a difficult task. Without these inhibition as blockers, inhibitions are the barrier that ego has put up, right? Where he activates free will, and says, no, I won't do your will. I won't do the easy way to do that. I don't want to do that. I don't want to do these chores. And so the inhibition is a blocker, and it makes the task ahead that much more challenging. And therefore, ego will teach itself, like, yeah, you don't want to do this, don't bother, like, it's fine. Because it's an immature state of being, of behaving. So yeah, when higher, if you were to come upon one of these inhibitions that ego put up, one of these blockers, it just kind of pushes it aside, because a higher form is just able to overthrow, like take over these inhibitions, these blockers. So it's like it's like a call out to high to come here and help us out, right? And high can easily deal with the task at hand, easily dismisses it, overrides the inhibition, right? So I can happen, because I was thinking about, I've got to do this chore next. Okay, I've done the top. I've done the upper floor, and now I'm doing the stairs, and then, okay, I've done so much, I'm already sweaty and exhausted, and I've got to think about what's next, right? What else is there? When will it stop? And that's how my ego and that's how my thoughts are going. And if high is alerted or attuned to, and high comes over and just like disables the inhibition, just lowers it, then we can very easily face that task at hand, right? Because that is the way towards, maintaining a higher frequency. Doing tiny little tasks along the way that you should with ease is a sign that you are getting used to not letting the inhibition stand as a blocker. It's conditioning oneself to actually retain that power, that ability to lower the inhibition. I mean, isn't that awesome? So right now, I need to use weed as an example to help lower my inhibition in order for me to just do this task effortlessly and maturely and diligently, like being in a higher frequency, being more mature. I would like to be able to do that by myself, but I think this is a journey where I just have to develop that kinship with the ability to lower my own inhibitions. Or even, prevent them from being there in the first place, prevent them from even appearing in everyday situations. Every time I try to think about, I need to clean, the inhibition comes up, I sense it within me. I sense it within ego, trying to put up that blocker, and I have the consciousness, the attunement to the attuning to just disable that before it takes a hold. Now that's a form of conditioning that I think leads to growth overall, and further attuning to high, or the higher frequency.